Well, you all saw that the oligarchy didn't like my live feed earlier today. Again, I've said it. They're not going to support free speech. They're not going to support anything that is pro democracy or pro freedom or anti dictatorship because, well, let's see if how long this stays up or if they even let me post this one. But um, the feed started with the fact that I'm pissed. I got so pissed when I saw them refer to this beautiful young woman as property, as something that was owned. He stole her from us. He stole her away from me. It's just cruel, heartless on so many levels that his followers don't even understand. That's the sad part. But that is exactly what they think about people. Their property, their objects, stolen, shared, dominated, owned, disposed of. And like immigrants in labor camps, owned. That's what this has been all about. For-profit prisons. What they are crimes against humanity. And there will be accountability. There will be. I said also that this video is gonna, go into those hard subjects like this one is. Human trafficking. The pedophiles that they are abusing these young women. It's just unforgivable. And the fact that 40% of America doesn't care because their president is busy making the life of others worse, not making their lives better, because that's not what they want. They don't want a president to make their life better. They don't want that. They have clearly stated, we don't want a president to make our lives better. We want a president to make the lives of others worse. That's who they are. That is what their IQ comes up with as their Christianity. So, crimes against humanity. And the biggest crime scene in the world right now is Gaza. This Gaza and Israel issue just makes no sense when you think about it. Again, ignorance and hatred are the only two things fueling it. That's it. Ignorance and hatred for the other person, for the other side, for the other nationality, for the other color. That's all it is. And what I can't get through, what I cannot wrap my brain around is how can a people who were actively exterminated become exterminators? How can a people who was actively exterminated become the exterminators? And I'll tell you why. Because it's not the people. It's not the people. It's the beta boy bitches running it. Because that's it. So that ignorance and that hatred has to stop. There has to be a solution. And the solution is not to impose the will of one side over the other. Cannot be. There is a long-standing problem there with abuse and those with more taking from those with less. Didn't happen overnight, didn't happen in a vacuum. It's been happening for many, many, many years. So the only way to fix that, the only way to address that is to actively speak to the Palestinian people. They don't want to live in other countries. They want their homes. They want to live in peace. They don't want their children bombed, just like anyone else and everyone else on the planet. So something that there's a rotten egg in the mix there that has to be the rot has to be taken out. The rot has to be taken out, and it's a rot of ideology. It's a rot of superiority. It's a rot of authoritative, autocratic. I am better than them. They are better than we. We are better than them. We are, which is all just ignorance. There's only one race on this planet, and it's the human race. And when we figure that out, all these wars are going to end. All this ignorance and hatred will go away, and we'll learn to be the loving race that we're supposed to be. See, the paintings behind me is of a future world where diversity is celebrated like it was not that long ago. I remember when America said we were the melting pot of the world, and we were proud of that. What happened? Ignorance and hatred. Ignorance and hatred happened. So we got to put an end to that. You saw, I'm not going to be able to go live on this platform. Again, I've said it from the beginning, the oligarchs aren't going to support free speech. They're not going to support freedom. They're not going to support independent, individual voices of Americans. They're just going to toe the company line, protect their profits, protect their wealth, and fuck everybody else. And you are that everybody else. Sorry to break it to you. So it's up to we the people. The posts that do make it through, you have to share them. You have to like them. You have to get them out. You have to go out. You have to write letters. You have to make sure that these beta boy bitches aren't redistricting in your towns, in your neighborhood, in your states. Because that's the only way they can win. The only way they can win is to cheat. It's not new. It goes back to the Al Gore election when a Republican judge said, that's it, we're not going to count anymore. And everybody said, oh, okay, the judge said it's okay. That's it. It started there. So they realized that, hey, if we're going to win, we're going to have to cheat. We're going to have to redistrict. We're going to have to remove the voice of the people and remove the voice of the people and the vote of the people from everywhere we can by buying up everything. The game that we played as kids, Monopoly, we all played Monopoly, right? Remember Monopoly? The point of Monopoly was for one person to destroy everybody else playing the game, to wipe them out, take every cent, own every part of property, make sure that they end up bankrupt. That was the point of the game. That was the point of Monopoly. And somewhere along the line, rich people said, hey, why don't we do that? The monopoly is a good thing. So you'll see that you buy a spice in your supermarket and it's owned by a company that sells oil or builds submarines or does nuclear weapons or whatever the branch, the arms of the octopus spread down to. And it's all owned by a handful of the same companies that own everything. So monopoly became the standard for this country. Not the terrible thing that ruined everybody else playing the game. No. That became the standard. So we need to stop with the monopolies. We need to really break these monopolies up. Let's return these companies to the hands of the founders, to the hands of the families, of the people who built with pride, blood, sweat, and tears that built these products. So we're going to have to bring in a whole new crop. There are new recipes. There are new bakers, new cooks, new chefs, new writers, new authors that need to come out. And that is where our wealth is. It is in we the people. It comes out of we the people. How do you think the billionaires became billionaires? They don't have printing presses making money. They don't fabricate it. They didn't make it magically. It came from you. It came out of your pockets. You made them billionaires. You made them wealthy. And you put them in office without ever thinking that someone who fell ass backwards into wealth probably doesn't have your best interest in heart. Probably doesn't have the mental skills to lead a nation of millions and millions of people from different, diverse backgrounds. They can only lead one type of people. I can only lead the white people because they're the only ones that hear me and understand me. All those different brown people make me nervous. I don't understand what they say. So, it's up to we the people. It's up to we the people. It's up to we the people to have the cojones that they don't have. Because they don't have any cojones, not any of them. They're only beta boy bitches. They're only followers. Every one of them. Even the orange turd said that he didn't know if it was his job to defend the Constitution. They didn't know. He did not know the job description that some of you voted him for. Oh, no. He's got lawyers to pick it up. And look, with all due respect, there are great, wonderful people who are lawyers. But overwhelmingly, okay, the job of a lawyer is not to protect a law. It's to find a way to corrupt, destruct, pervert, get around laws for the benefit of their clients. So he admitted that he has lawyers working on that, working on perverting the Constitution like Abraham Lincoln warned. the people, the rightful masters of the courts and the Congress, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who would pervert our Constitution. And we're seeing a daily perversion of that Constitution. Everything that comes out is a perversion of the Founding Fathers' vision of a nation of freedom and democracy. So it's up to us. Doesn't say we the billionaires, doesn't say we the wealthy, doesn't say we the white people, doesn't say we the oligarchs, it doesn't say we the Christians or we the orange people. It says we the people. And it's up to us. We let this happen. They cheated. No question about it, because thank Elon for knowing the voting machines. It's not a compliment. Was yet another Freudian brag confession. What else was it? How would Elon knowing the machines, why should it be relevant in our election? Other than the fact that Elon did something because he knew the machines. And Rockland County, New York, Pennsylvania, I said it from the beginning. What they probably did was some kind of Israeli beeper type attack on select voting machines, probably from someone right within the voting precinct that went to vote. Because all it took was a handful of precincts to change votes, to change the results. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Rockland County, New York. So be ready. Be ready. Be ready, because that has to come out. And how are they gonna, this Epstein thing, they're already sugarcoating it. Oh, he was never there. He never went. He was, a Mother Teresa figure, an advisor. They kicked Jeffrey out of he stole property from him. God forbid, forgive me for saying that. And I'm so sorry to the family that are hearing what he said and having to hear it repeated now. Even if we're doing it in defense of your sister. These are horrible people. These are bad people, guys. They didn't win. They hijacked for profit our country. A country of immigrants, a melting pot of people from every corner of the globe. Yes, and I said corner of a globe, because every crack, every crevice, every little place has had people contribute to the diversity and beauty of this nation. And that's what they fear. That's what the beta boy bitches fear. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to post on this platform, because obviously they're on to me. They don't like freedom. They don't like democracy. They don't like freedom of speech, and they don't like cojones. They don't like someone out here telling the truth and telling it like it is, even if the beta boy bitches don't like it, and even if they don't agree. I expect them to not agree. They're not leaders. They're followers. They're going to follow whatever the president says. No, you got to support the president. No. We got to support our Constitution. We got to support the freedom that the Founding Fathers envisioned when they put those three words. We the people. It's our job. Franklin Roosevelt said, it's not a president. It's not a Congress. The people are the government. We are the government, not a president, not a council, not elected officials. Us, we the people. We are the government. So it's time we get a president out of we the people. A president who does not have any affiliation to any party. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm an American. And if you want a president that's going to do everything solely to make your life better, every single one of you, not the light colored one, not the melanated ones, every one of you, because I love every single one of you. I don't care your color skin. I don't care where you came from. I don't care your background. In fact, I love all those things. And I don't care how you came into the country, because not everybody has the resources and the means to escape horrific conditions the right way. I care that you love this country. I care enough to have the cojones to be out here with my voice, because that's all I have. I'm not a millionaire, not a billionaire, not a politician. My business was destroyed by the first time the beta boy orange bitch was in office. 300,000 small businesses destroyed by their ignorance, who decided that our businesses were not worth saving. Our livelihoods, our families, our years of dedication to build our businesses didn't matter, because we didn't have at least 200 employees. That was where they set the definition of what a small business was. 200 employees. You had to have 200 employees to be a small business. Otherwise, you're not even a business. They didn't care. Because they don't care about you. Bubba, white boy Bubba, drinking your Bud Light and smoking your Marlboro and drinking and smoking your meth. You think he cares about you? Do you really? Mr. Bagman at the supermarket, you're 55, 56 years old. Do you think they care about you? Because you're white? They care about the money they can take from you. They care about the resources they're not going to give you so they can have them. They're not after waste and fraud. They're looking for pockets of money to steal. That's all it is. It's a grift. We the people. I'm George DeLara. I want to be your next president. I think our next president needs to be someone out of we the people. It's not me, maybe it's you. I'm not saying it has to be me. And let me tell you, so for those of you that think, well, he's a dictator, he wants to be the dictator. Well, guess what? I don't even think I should be president over 4 years. Because I think I should be the bridge to the younger generation. We need to get all these 80, 90-year-old motherfuckers out of office. We need young people running this country. Smart, intelligent, diverse young people. And that's what I want to do. I want to be your next president. So only you can make that happen. Only you. Like Smokey the Bear said, only you can prevent this forest fire. And you do it by empowering someone out of we the people, who will empower the people. Because empowering the billionaires is only empowering billionaires. And if that doesn't make sense to you, you're part of the problem. Your bank account hasn't gone up in 6 months. It's going down. I've bought little steaks, New York strip steaks all my life. That's been my one thing since I was a teenager. They used to, my uncle used to call me a Niño Valdés, named after this Cuban fighter back in the day who only ate steak. That was his thing. He ate steak, so that he was called. And his nickname was the Niño Valdés, and known for eating steak. So that's what my uncle called me because I love steak. So I know the price of steak. I've been buying steak my whole life, all right? And a nice steak, nice slice, New York strip, used to be around $3. We used to go to the butcher right down the street from where we live. I mean, butter. Over the years, it went up to three, 3.5, 4, 4.5. Not as of last year. At the big supermarket, they were $5. $5. During the Biden administration, all these GOP owned industries, colluded to raise prices, to attack needs, so that, people who read at a third, fourth grade level would blame the president instead of blaming the industries doing the inflating and doing the, behind the greedflation. But those same steaks went up to about $6 yesterday. I don't want to show it because I don't want to show the name of the supermarket. That same steak is $9. $9. They're not saying why it's $9, but it's because the orange turd pissed China off, and China said, okay, fine, we'll buy our beef, pork, and chicken from Australia. And they signed a 10, 20-year deal, so that's not coming back. In the Midwest, farmers are selling their animals at a higher price than they ever have before. But they're selling 70% less. I don't know the exact number, but they're selling way less. Because they lost that market. So they're going to have to reduce their inventory, reduce their stock, reduce their herds. Which means that they're not going to be able to keep the land. So you got American farmers who are going to either get subsidized by your tax dollars, so it looks good, so they don't lose. We don't want American farmers to lose their farms. So that either they'll get subsidized, welfare, or they'll lose their farms. And because this is so well planned out, this is so malevolent, J.D. Vance is part of a brokerage firm that is specifically there to buy up these American farmers' distressed farms on, pennies on the dollar. And they have ready foreign Australians and foreign white people from their selected countries to come to America and buy those farms from what was probably a generationally owned farm of cattlemen. Do they care about you? It's all a grift. So, again, these videos get way too long. I've been banned on TikTok Live. I cannot share my message with you. The beta boy bitches, I have no answers, have no responses. All they do is they're 2-3 word sentence. Trump is great. Trump is the man. Trump is the greatest. That's all they got. That's all they respond with. And we know who they are. So I don't know how long this platform is going to allow me to post at all. I'll keep trying to go to different places, Blue Sky, Substack, Facebook, YouTube. But again, they're all owned by the same group of beta boy bitches, same oligarchy, who will do anything to protect their wealth at your expense. That's what they've been doing. Their billions come out of your pockets. Your orders, your purchases, your loyalty, because you were indoctrinated that you had to have a certain brand. You had to have a certain phone. Every 6 months, you had to go out and spend another $1,000 to get the latest phone because you had to have the latest phone. You can't have the last year's phone because last year's phone, the camera has got a little less feature. So you got to have the new one. You got to spend $1,000. So you, the working mom, the secretary, the entrepreneur, the marketing assistant, the CEO, bought those phones to make those billionaires. So it's your money. It's your money. And the difference is that now you can afford that next phone, and they're sending rockets to the moon, and they're enjoying your money without impunity. It's your money. Because they don't pay taxes, so they're not helping your community. They're not reinvesting that money into this country because their wealth comes globally. So if they build a couple of factories, do you really think it's going to make a difference? Do you want to go work in a factory building little iPhones? Little tiny little things. You lose your eyesight, lose your carpal tunnel, you lose your vision, you lose your use of your hands in 5-10 years. Is that what you want? Or do you want a president who can come in and use intelligence and empower people and create workforces that we can send all over the world and have countries pay us for training and educating people? Is it not better to train and educate people than to threaten institutions of higher learning and taking away their research, taking away cancer treatments for kids? Isn't it better to ask them, look, we need to build training and education centers right at the border. We need to house them, we need to educate them, we need to train them, and then we'll have them vetted, we'll know who they are. Bad people go to prison. The ones who are just looking for a better life will have opportunities to go not just into our country, but into all kinds of countries all over the world who need trained workforces that we're going to provide specifically for what they need. Isn't that more an intelligent solution to criminalizing and weaponizing people and destroying lives, destroying livelihoods, destroying families, destroying children? Because they lead through ignorance and hatred. And I would lead through intelligence and love. That's what the world needs. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Now more than ever. God bless you guys. I'll post the full video on YouTube as always. Like and share. I'll cut this up into snippets and post them over the next few days for as long as I can. And when it's out, you need to find the next real American who is not part of the oligarchy, who's not part of the complicit Washington, D.C. environment where they're either complicit or they're silent complicit. We need to end this golden age of ignorance and hatred. and return America to the beacon the founding fathers envisioned of freedom and democracy. A beacon of freedom and democracy to the entire world. God bless you. God bless America. We the people, baby. Cojones is what I'm bringing. God bless you.